Perhaps you've heard the labels traditional or contemporary to describe a worship service. Often churches that use the liturgy are labeled as traditional, and churches with the label contemporary claim they don't use the liturgy. But really, this is imprecise. As we saw in the previous video, every church, no matter what format their service takes, uses a liturgy. Now maybe that liturgy is only 5 minutes old and is something the pastor quickly did on the fly, or maybe the liturgy is 800 or even 2,000 or more years old in some places. And in reality, even churches that use this 2,000 plus year old liturgy have parts that have been added to it over time, meaning they too have contemporary pieces of worship. Historic Lutheran worship or liturgy, therefore, is liturgy that does not focus, for instance, on the music style of one generation, whether that be people who like songs of the early 20th century or people who like songs of the early 21st century. Historic worship in the Lutheran Church takes the best music, text, prayers, and orders from the entire history of the Church. This connects us to those saints who have gone before us in the faith. It helps us to see that many of the issues we face today, Christians have faced before. We're not in this alone. It reminds us that we are part of the Holy Christian Church, the communion of saints. Not just me, and not just the church that I see around me on a Sunday, but the church of all times and of all places, joined together in Christ. The historic liturgy of the Lutheran Church is traditional and contemporary in that sense. What happens here is what Christians have been doing for thousands of years, and what happens here is also a picture of what happens in heaven. So what's in this historic liturgy? We'll look at this in the next video. Subscribe to learn more.